What's happening, people? I'm back with another boxing reaction video, and it's been some time since I've actually done a video. And that's mainly because there hasn't really been anything exciting to really talk about. At the beginning of the year, there were talks of Anthony Joshua against Tyson Fury, but as we know, it's just talks, it's just negotiations, and then Tyson Fury retires, and obviously that's expected now. And he's going to retire, mess around, and yeah, he spoke about wanting to fight Usyk in a trilogy, which doesn't make any sense because the first two fights, in my opinion, was close first fight, and second fight wasn't even close at all. So why do we need to see a trilogy? But anyway, the face-off between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois. Interesting. Um, we knew that this face-off wasn't going to be a very long one because in total it was 7 minutes and 44 seconds. I'm glad that Daniel Dubois and Usyk didn't have their promoters by their side holding their hand throughout this whole face-off. The face-off was very straight to the point. Um, Daniel Dubois seems to be this new confident Dubois who is ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to cause chaos, chaos. And I think this seems to be Daniel Dubois' theme for this fight against Usyk is to cause chaos, chaos. So he's got his confidence now, isn't it? So one thing about Dubois, what I noticed in this face-off, he didn't want to speak about the first fight between the two of them. So he was asked about, did you learn anything about Usyk when you was in there with him for the first fight? The boss said, "Oh, that's in the past. I'm all about chaos." So he didn't want to answer that question. He was asked about his trainer's comments about Usyk conning the referee with the punch that Dubois delivered on him. He said he doesn't want to talk about it. He wants to look forward. Um, it's fine if someone doesn't want to talk about a particular thing, then that's completely up to them. But it would be nice to know from a fighter now what they've learned from the previous fights now, so you know where they are mentally. So of course things didn't go according to plan for Daniel. It would have been good to get a breakdown from Daniel about what he felt about the first fight, but we know we're not going to get that from Daniel. Daniel, when it comes to breaking down fight strategy, you're just not going to get that from him. You're just going to get, I'm ready to fight, I'm ready to fight. Just his preset phrases that he's going to say. From my study of Daniel Dubois, I can tell that his team are all about positive thinking and not talking about negative things at all. And I think they kind of use this strategy with Daniel to boost his confidence. As you can see now, he's obviously very confident, but he does shy away from just speaking about his downfall and obviously where things have been negative in his career. He just shies away from it, and that's for me just going to be a recipe for disaster. I just see he's obviously going to give it a good go on Saturday, but for me, Usyk's just going to just win this easily. Usyk throughout this face-off, very confident, very laid back as he usually is. You're not going to beat Usyk in no psychological game. Like Daniel Dubois shouting in his face the previous day about and the new. Like you're not going to get Usyk rattled. You're not going to get a AJ reaction from Usyk. Usyk said that he's not really worried about Daniel Dubois. He's not worried about his power. He said during this face-off that the hardest puncher that he's ever been in the ring with is Derek Joshua, not Daniel Dubois. So he's not really concerned with his power at all. So the way I just see it, Usyk is going to be too much now. His ring IQ is too much for Daniel Dubois. Yes, Daniel Dubois has been on a run. He's had very, very good victories, but all those victories were against people, other fighters who do not have the same skill set as Oleksandr Usyk. The only chance Daniel has now is, of course, it's the heavyweight division, and he only takes one punch. His chance to beat Usyk is obviously to try and get him out early. But the longer the fight goes on, you just know that over 12 rounds, he's not going to land enough punches to beat Usyk. So I see probably Usyk winning in 12. Now, if the fatigue sets in with Daniel, I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing that happened in the first fight happens to Daniel. Because he said in this face-off that he plans to come forward and attack Usyk. But there's only so long that you can do that over a 12-round fight. If you're throwing punches and you're missing, and it's going to wear you out, especially with Usyk's foot movement. Anthony Joshua doesn't have the same foot movement as Usyk. So this is going to prove to be a challenging fight for Daniel Dubois. I'm not too sure that he has the ring IQ to make adjustments against Usyk, so we'll see. Okay, I'm going to end things there. I didn't want this reaction video to be longer than the actual face-off itself, but let me know your thoughts and your feelings. Who have you got winning on Saturday, Usyk or Dubois? Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.